So we have a bright sunny day here in Helen. It is Easter, and just encountered doing my first couple of stupid things. Well, not stupid, more absent-minded. I have a very unique cord, power cord, for my Garmin Phoenix watch. It got lost. I lost it at the first hotel. Had to do a little bit of scrambling to find it, but eventually the housekeeper let us in and they had it in a bag. And cord looks like this. So if I lost it after these 13 days of battery life were up, I would be out of watch, which has been logging my entire trip. And really nice map, and so it's almost important enough where I would be like, get me off the trail until I get another cord off of Amazon or whatever. But we found it. It took about 20-30 minutes of scrambling around for it, but we got it. So it's back to being a good day. But the other thing that we found out we could have done, instead of, staying in Bavaria town here and eating pretzels and whatever else, is we could have used the Over the Clouds hostel, and I'll correct the name, something like that. It's an awkward name, to help us along through these elevation areas. Yeah, that's up right there. That's actually where we were yesterday. Had a nice pretzel. Pretzels are great here, by the way. But back to the hostel. At Unicoi Gap, we could have been picked up, and instead of going to Helen, we could have gone to Hiawassee, where there's a hostel. And the advantage of doing that would be we could have left our stuff at the hostel and slack packed back at Unicoi up to the next road, where the same hostel would pick us up at the end of the day, bring us back there. It's like $45 a person. And we could have spent another night there and then gone back to the second place the place we were dropped off the second time. Hiked again, slack pack up to Dix Creek, and because we make more miles because we're slack packing. And then the same hostel has a range all the way to Dix Creek, so they would pick us up at Dix Creek and we could spend a third night at the hostel, and then be on our way in the morning with all our stuff from Dix Creek onward, essentially covering 17 miles. It might even be one day we could do this. Wouldn't even need 2 days. But the point being, you could start at Unicoi, slack pack all the way to Dix Creek with the help of this hostel, if you do it right, instead of just staying at a hotel and now we're carrying all our stuff. I mean, obviously there's availability issues, but definitely check that out if you're doing this hike. It's a lifesaver. Who wants to carry 35 pounds of stuff over up downs of 1,000 feet, which we're doing today? It's like a big W on the map, going initially up 1,000 feet, then down 1,000 feet, then up 1,000 feet all over again. It's like a stock chart double bottoming. And so that's what we got to go through today. Luckily we are well rested, and the weather's beautiful. It's like 50 out here, and that is ideal. You heat up and you'll feel nice instead of feeling super duper sweaty. So I'll be heading out here in about 30 minutes. Looking to have a good day. See you then. So this is how you get back to the trail.
Middle of the day, and the next morning they'll pass
Backpack on your lap.
Yeah.
Shuttle our way back up to where we left off. And start our hopefully 12-15 mile day. Alright, so we're at the middle of the W here, up at Rocky Mount, I'm not sure which. That's the view you get. Very much worth it. Beautiful day. You zoom in a bit, you actually see that yes, indeed the earth is flat. There's no doubt about it. The flat earthers are right. But anyways, this is one of the two peaks we got to do today, and the view is worth it. It's about 50 degrees, maybe not even, but it feels good when you're moving. How you guys doing?
Pretty awesome. Doing just right.
Cool. Fire starter back there. No more fires started. See you at Trey. All right, so we reached the top of the W, Trey Mountain. That's the marker. There you go. Somewhere in there, it says the elevation. That's definitely it. Highest peak since Blood Mountain. Not sure if it's a little higher than that or not. We got a view that makes yesterday's zero worthwhile, because we would have been up in the fog and rain. We tried coming straight up here. We actually ran into a couple of people that we were hiking with before we hit town, and it looks like they made it about 2 miles further than we did when we got picked up, before they just sat there for 36 hours in their tent in the cold and rain with nothing to do, no pretzels. So definitely made the right decision going to town. And we headed on into Dix Creek, mile marker 69. Ask me how I could remember that. All right, rest of the day should be pretty easy. We got about, relative to this, easy. We got another 13 miles until Dix. Talk to you later. So the only ailment I've had so far along the first 60 miles is this pinky toe. Big old blister. I wrap it up in athletic tape and it feels okay, but it definitely is annoying. I'm 7 miles into today. Alright, this is how you make a hot meal out here. Got these little stoves. Heat up some freeze-dried food. Mine's already underway. Already cooked it. It's in this sealed bag here. Having noodles and beef with mushroom sauce. That's the bonus. And so it takes about 12 to 15 minutes to soak in. I have a good lunch. It's like 600, 700 calories. Replaces some of what we burned off. We've done 9.1 miles today. I'm at the swag at the Blue Ridge. Probably put in another 4 or 5 miles and set us up for Dix Creek sometime tomorrow, and maybe even North Carolina. We'll see. Here we are, mile 69.2. Can't really see it because the sun, there it is. Dix Creek Gap. I've heard it said that this is where about half of AT Thru hikers say enough is enough. It's between here and mile 100. So this is kind of a milestone. About to hit the last main highway in Georgia. And later today we should make it into North Carolina.
Having not really ever backpacked. Plate, my dude. And then somebody grab a plate.
Notice that as we move around North Georgia towards North Carolina, the trail is less worn. There's actually leaves over the trail now that haven't been completely trampled into nothing. So I guess a lot of people quit by the time they make it up to this point. Anyways, I got about 2 miles until I hit the border. Feeling kind of sore today. I'm not going much further than the border. Hopefully. I know there aren't a lot of people that I know that have told me they don't think I can do it, but I'm one of those people that has doubts. But today, this is a milestone. Next state. It's a beautiful thing. Figured tonight was a good night for a Corona. Astronaut ice cream sandwich. fried spam. Let's see if I can flip it with one hand here. Oh yeah, flip spam. It's gonna taste better than usual. So along the trail I've heard a lot of good things about this privy for some reason. I'll have to go check it out. You hit a privy about every 6 to 10 miles. So you kind of have to time what you got to do around where they are. If you're at a shelter, you got to make sure you use one before you leave. It's better than digging holes. So let's see what all the privy hoopla is about. It's supposed to be privy with a view. Okay. I think we've all seen that one before. It's a good question for the trail. Not so much for the privy. Dr. Deuce, okay, that's funny. So, I guess it's a privy with a view. No door. So we're at the top of Standing Indian Mountain, elevation over 5,400 feet. It's our first amazing view. I mean, that's just amazing. I don't know how far you can see. It's got to be 40 miles. This is why we're out here. Could camp here if you wanted to, but last 2 nights have been 32 degrees, so it's probably not a great idea.